Russia confiscated nearly 440 million USD from the largest U.S. bank. A court in St. Petersburg has ordered the confiscation of money owned by the largest U.S. bank, J.P. Morgan Chase, in Russia. The ruling was made following the recommendation of Russia's VTB Bank. According to RT and CNBC, Russia's second-largest bank, VTB, filed a lawsuit against J.P. Morgan Chase and subsidiaries of this U.S. bank at the Arbitration Court of St. Petersburg and the Leningrad region on April 17th, aiming to recover 439 shares. 0.5 million USD is frozen abroad under U.S.-led sanctions. VTB said that J.P. Morgan Chase is planning to leave Russia. In the ruling issued on April 24th, the court targeted funds in J.P. Morgan Chase's accounts in Russia, along with movable and immovable property, including this bank's shares in a branch in Russia. The dispute focuses on the amount of 439.5 million USD in VTB's account at J.P. Morgan Chase Bank in the U.S. This amount of money was frozen by Washington as part of sanctions related to Ukraine in 2022. The court in St. Petersburg ordered the confiscation of all money in J.P. Morgan Chase bank accounts in Russia, including correspondent bank accounts and accounts opened in the name of branches. The seizure order is the latest example of how American banks are caught between Western sanctions, demands on Russian accounts, and their overseas interests. J.P. Morgan Chase is the largest bank in the U.S. by assets and is run by veteran CEO Jamie Dimon. In its lawsuit against VTB last week in New York, J.P. Morgan Chase sought to block the Russian bank's efforts, noting that U.S. law prohibits it from releasing $439.5 million owned by VTB. J.P. Morgan Chase is concerned that VTB will try to appropriate the bank's assets in Russia. Currently, neither VTB nor J.P. Morgan Chase have commented on the above information. 2 years after Russia launched a special military campaign in Ukraine, U.S. President Joe Biden's administration has imposed an unprecedented series of sanctions, oil price caps, and trade restrictions to weaken the ministry. Moscow's military machine.